Hey, what's up everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome to another edition of Custom Track Building in MX Simulator, where today we're moving on to part 3 of our live stream series, and we're continuing to work on SYS Raceway, this beautiful piece of track tucked away in the California hills somewhere. And as you guys remember from the last episode, we have already finished through the start straight, the second corner, a couple tables in here, and out into the fifth corner. We're going to work on these sections today. And then the first thing that I'd actually like to do is put in the over-under bridge. So this is going to be the first thing we're going to start on, and we of course are also live on twitch.tv/startyoursystemstv. So just of course want to make sure in chat that everybody can see the stream. It still says offline for me. Oh, there we go. Now it's online. Let's turn that off. There we go. Alright, looks like we are live now on my end, so if you guys could let me know, that would be fantastic. Like I said, first thing we are doing today is putting in the over-under bridge. What's up, Hyper Siren? We already got our first person hanging out. ZGod29 also in here. Good to have you guys hanging out. Dylan Tries Gaming. Alright, the first thing I want to do, go to Timber Ridge. And I want to do statue files, bridge. Get the OBJ as well. Oh my goodness, so many people hanging out in chat already. Gauzy9, Keenan995 also hanging out. What's up, guys? Let's get all of this bridge stuff. We want to go back to SYS Raceway, statue, and just place it in here. It's bridge. I'm gonna make this texture over here darker, but we'll worry about that later. Looks good though. Now I'm gonna go back to Timber Ridge and steal the file from the statues file so we can actually add it to the track comfortably, not have to worry about it. Alright, bridge. This line right here. So I want to copy that. Go back to SYS Raceway. Go to our statues file. Open that up. And down here at the bottom, we will then add the bridge. But we're going to change the lines that say Timber Ridge. I can just highlight that. There we go. Here's search, replace, and I want to replace it with SYS Raceway. And we hit replace all, and it replaces all three of those instances. We save, we close, we open the game, full screen dabish, and then go back in the game to take a look. What's up, guys? Got Dunlop Media hanging out. Black Dog 0397 all the way from Germany. Good to have you on the stream, man. So we have the over-under bridge over here. We'll go to our statues file. It's like it's gonna fit to the track pretty dang perfectly. Maybe a little too short of the tunnel. The tunnel is a little bit too tight, but I don't think that's gonna be too much of a problem. Let's see if I can't straighten that out a little bit. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna move that over just a smidge. Nope, that's too far. Go back a little bit. Just a bit. I guess that's fine there. Okay. Ah, Hyper Siren from England. Yeah, I'm trying to get used to seeing you guys every day because you guys are hanging out so much. It's so awesome, but I don't exactly remember every instance of where you guys are from. I try to do my best, but sometimes I forget. This is the bridge. You can't ride up it because that's not like a collision file, but the very top piece up there, the wooden planks and stuff, actually has a collision file. So it's in the right spot now, and the only thing that I wanted to do is just get it there, and then once we get back to this particular section of the track, we can decide how it's going to go over that. We could either have it have, like, you know, just a steady ramp up to it. Maybe it could be a jump into this corner or something like that. we'll figure that out, but we're gonna just continue on right now with the actual following along with the track. And remember we said in here we were gonna build a rhythm section of some sort. And the first jump of that section, we were gonna make it so if you went inside, you would just completely miss it. So we're gonna put that first jump in the section right in this area. So let's go ahead and get a new gradient. Make it right about there. Hopefully you guys can hear the music too, jamming the same playlist that we had going yesterday. I could make it kind of a wall hyper siren, but like I said, I want to see how the track flows from that sand section that we're going to have right before it, before I really make any sort of kind of definitive decision, I guess, about what I want to do with it, per se. Let's make these 4 feet tall. It's going to be a curve. I want it to be a little bit this way. Alright. So the key when it comes to making rhythm jumps, and I've built Supercross tracks entirely with the editor before, is you want to make the faces of them just a little bit kind of steeper than the backside, so that the backside you have like a smoother landing pad to land on, if that makes sense. And I also try to roll off the jumps quite a bit too, so that you can kind of frame them and it doesn't just ruin you. Yeah, honestly, you obviously want to make sure that it gets close to the ground again, so you want to get as close to this end down here as you can. Alright, looks pretty good. Let's see what we do when we add. So again, 66 and 85, but the difference this time is that we only want it to be on this particular side of the track. Let's see what I can do here with this. May need to actually make this focus a little bit bigger, like 75. Let's go with 2.5 here maybe. And let's see what this looks like. That looks pretty good. Let's ride over there and take a look at it. Oops. Did not mean to crash there. Maybe it's a little too steep, but we'll see. So you come out of the corner. I mean, that pitches you pretty high. Maybe I want to roll that down a little bit, maybe actually make it smaller. But that's pretty perfect with the way that that rut's formed too, that if you get to the inside of it. Let's test this out real quick. Yeah, like you could completely miss that first jump, no problem. I wonder, maybe I'll make this a little bit shorter. Let's actually erase that. Well, howdy there, Alex Heckman. Let me finish building this jump here, and then I'll start checking out what you guys are saying in chat. I don't want to fall too far behind in chat today. That looks pretty good. A little nervous about this right here. Don't want that to kick you any funny way. Alright, let's try that again. So we're at 2.5 out. And then what I'm doing here where I drag this is I hit the L button, and it has to be on not caps lock basically. And I just keep, like, I don't actually hold the L button, I just push it. And then I just move this to where I want it to, and then left click on my mouse and it places that jump in the way that I want it to be placed. I need to move that over a little bit actually. I changed it so that, I mean, you can triple to the inside there, but the shading's all screwed up here. Alright, that's better. What I'm gonna do to kind of nerf this inside a little bit is make just the slightest braking bumps right here. So it's almost impossible to get stopped if you triple to the inside, but if you happen to double, you can kind of jump over the bumps into the corner. That makes sense? I think I like the way that jump feels though. Didn't have to really put too much effort into pulling back there, and it just kind of floated up. Alright, so now what I need to figure out is what kind of rhythm section I want here. New update for the edit mode? Not too sure. Did I make a mistake last night in the race or something? Actually, yeah, you guys are probably. I knew you guys were probably gonna ask about the race. I finished 17th in the 250 East main event last night. I rode good in the heat. I led 4 laps of the heat and then qualified in 3rd after a crash in like the dumbest place ever. But no, what ended up happening? Maybe I saw the GIF. Let me see. Let's see if you guys can see this. I need to do this. That's off. This is what happened going into turn 1 last night. This is not good footage of it, but I got a pretty good start, and then Tyler Schmidt, who's over here on the right, thought that the first corner was a little bit sooner than it was there, and so he just he hooked a left into me. And that put me dead last, because then when I got up, I was trying to get going around him, and then I hit his rear tire again, and I fell again. So I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I climbed back to like 10th, and then fell again, and yeah, that was the end of that, because as soon as you go a lap down, you pretty much just have to try to move out of the way wherever you can. Make a triple with a tabletop behind it so you can triple table from outside, and from the inside double on tabletop. Man, you've got a bunch of people hanging out. Oh yeah, sorry Heckman, I totally dropped the ball about that one. That is so my bad. Okay, so what you're saying, Jordy, if I'm not mistaken, is I should put like all 3 of these singles, and so from the outside you can triple to this single. You can't see that because my mouse isn't showing, but like single, 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 and a single. From the outside you can triple, and then off of this, and then a table over here. I definitely want to do a single in the second part of this section, so let's see what this looks like with this. Might be a little bit too far apart. I mean, it's gonna be super easy to triple in from there. Might even be possible to quad in if you get a good enough drive. See how far I can jump off of this. Yeah, maybe be able to quad in there. And then that would be pretty easy to triple up onto the tabletop if we put it as the 3rd jump. What do you mean, Barrett 200? Good to have you here. I'm sorry if I'm not answering you. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Alright, later, Heckman. Alright, I think I have a different plan of attack that I want to do here. let's put a gradient down right here. Then take this all the way to the end. Close to the end at least. And start working on this. Aw, thanks Barrett200. Appreciate the kind words, man. This would be 4.06 or 05, I guess. This is basically me just laying out where I want these to be at. .405. There we go. And then this is going to be the tabletop. That needs to be 5.5 feet tall. 5.5. Gosh, I wish you could type these in. Let's make this 3.5 long. All right, and then another single. This playlist, it's I don't know if I can link it because I have it put up on my YouTube on my desktop, and I'm actually chatting you guys on my laptop. It's called 2 hours of non-copyrighted songs gaming mix, EDM trap future bass dubstep 2016-2017, and the channel is EDM Club. Hope that helps, Dunlop. I have no idea if these are the right length now. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Ooh, I have an interesting idea for a line right here. Let's go back to another table. I want this to be 5.5-ish. Stupid thing. So it'd be 3.5. We need to be about here. And then I want this to go up to an 8-footer up here. Level off flat. Drop back down to the 5.5-footer. And then kind of roll off into the corner a little bit. So something like that. I'm trying to think of what a line would be through there then. It's kind of like triple in, and then if you could like jump over this table or maybe quad up to this plateau and then just step down, or you could double in, triple onto the table, jump across the next plateau and then jump down in the corner. Or if you go inside, you might be able to triple off of this and then jump up to the top of this guy up here and then down. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. But I have to take care of some of the noobs in this game, or else nobody would take care of them. Thanks, Barrett200. I think you already said that, but I'll always appreciate the love. So the reason that I'm doing this kind of like one giant gradient thing is because this way you can guarantee that your transitions are pretty much exactly the way you want them by editing these little nodes to make just the perfect transitions instead of having a flat piece of ground that's like a pain in the ass to ride over. You have a lot better transitions when you can edit like this. Alright, so here's the tabletop. And with these tabletops, I always try to put a little bit of a raise right to the end of them. So there's kind of like an extra place to kind of push off of them, if that makes sense. I don't even know if this particular line is going to work. It might be utter garbage the way it works out. But we'll see. Alright, let's just give that a test. Just to see. I want to erase that first single. And we are at the perfect length, actually. This is going to be tough because this is pretty long. So L, all the way down. Draw it in. Let's see how that rides. Going long. That triple in is long now. There we go. Alright, that's gonna be a little bit of a fix, I think, that I'm gonna need to make. A small ski jump into a flat section where there are no jumps or anything, just to take a break from the rhythm sections. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do something similar to that later on in the track. Ooh, that triple from the inside might be tough. A lot of these things look like they might be 450 only lines. I'm gonna have to maybe try it with a 250 before I get too far. Yeah, there we go. Then can I jump on top? Oh, almost. I might want to make that entire table thing a little bit longer. Man, this is awesome. 24 people hanging out, watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the music and enjoying me trying to build rhythm sections on the SYS Raceway. So another line here is to jump over the table and then just quad up into the corner. I think I want to make this last table thing longer though. I like the way that the table before it is situated right now. Let's say, for example, you went inside here and elected to double in. Could you jump onto this and jump over the second one easy? Not really. I need to fix that table too. Let me see if I can nail the big boy line in here that I was talking about too. Well, not with a drive like that. Going for it anyway. Not even close. Thinking about going triple and then quad over the table. I like how that's looking, but I just need to extend this table thing at the end a little bit more. So I'm gonna erase it, but don't worry, it'll still be there. I'm just working on fixing it right now. Guess I can just extend it all the way over to here. Need to get closer so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. This needs to be flipped out a little bit more. So it's like goes in a little bit, has a little bit more of a lip to it. And I want to make this landing a little less crazy. We'll feed it into this jump a little bit nicer now. That's needs to be a little bit smaller. Let's see. It's a little bit better. Let's try 1.5. Hit the L button all the way down. All right. Sorry, I'm not reading chat. I'm a little bit focused on this, setting this up. I'll check out chat in a second, though. Alright, need to, I think, lip out that table just a little bit more or something there. That's a toughie to get all the way to there, even on a 450. I just don't know if it's better because you can just hop up onto that second plateau and then just kind of like, I guess it's like a triple to go from that table to over the last hump out. Oh, not gonna get the triple. Cased the crap out of that. Yeah, it just doesn't pitch you high enough to get there, but maybe I like it like that. Let me see if I just kind of low line it. It's Ringo. Hinners is currently not really doing anything for SYS anymore. That doesn't mean he's gone. That just means that he's so busy that we kind of came to a mutual agreement that I would be handling all the business with the channel for now. And when he's free again, he will come back, I'm sure. And we're still on great terms. I mean, we're still friends and we still hang out and chat and stuff like that, but he's just too busy with his own personal stuff, and I understand that, and I don't want to have to put any pressure on him to get stuff done for the channel. So he will be back for sure. In what capacity, though, we'll wait to see, I guess. Yeah, there is a jump that goes over under already, I'm Barrett, sorry. This needs to be a little bit less intense still. Alright, let's try again. Gotta get it perfect. Yeah, I think a lot of people want to see more online plays for sure. I mean, I want to. I personally enjoy playing video games with other people rather than just playing by myself. It's just about finding the right person. We're actually, while Jeremy's kind of busy right now, we're temporarily going to be bringing in, well, you guys probably know who he is, but defending 250 East Supercross champion Tyler Schmidt in this game to help out with online play stuff. And so we're going to start doing a couple of more online plays in the future with him. Oops. Or at least I will be. And he's going to be helping out a little bit with stuff on the channel. But right now it's just trying to get that kind of set up and sorted, I guess. Oof. Well, at least I can case that. I kind of want it to feel almost like not exactly like a Supercross rhythm section per se. Like I do want it to still have like a feeling of something that you would have on your local track, if that makes sense. So trying to give it that feel. Yeah, that guy that took me out on the start, that dirty, greedy son of a bitch. Yeah, no, he's really cool. Tyler's honestly really nice guy, and he was in one of our online plays before, so you guys have seen him in our videos for sure. But he and I, we like game together during the week already, so wouldn't be anything different than what we do already. Trying to make these a little bit kind of easier to do. Alright, this is gonna be my last fix because I think I'm gonna be happy with the section after this. Yeah, okay. I like how that feels. I think it forces you to do some lines that are a little bit less intense, I guess, if that's what you want to call them. Oh, going over the bars. World of MXS, we're actually in the midst of filming episode 5 right now. That was the whole part of me doing East this year, was to do that and hang out and meet some different people that race the 250 class and stuff like that. So episode 5 should come out at the end of February, as long as I can finish it. It's going to be the 2 rounds that I did before on a 450, so Oakland and Arlington, although Arlington was trash. And then this past round at Minneapolis, and then next week at Atlanta will be the World of MXS episode 5. And then we still have the guy who won the contest for Track Walk episode 100 to be in episode 6, like I had mentioned before. We're just a little bit behind on schedule. Just testing out some different options through here right now. Like let's say, for example, you come out of this corner and double in instead. Double again, then triple off to this thing, then step down into the corner. I like that section. I like how that feels. It's pretty cool. 'Tis fun. I'm gonna save it before I get any further. Maybe this berm work down here. This one. Let's copy it and see how well it would work. Alright, radial add, turn our focus down, zoom out, and let's make a berm. That's not what I wanted. More zoomed. Berm. Might be too small. Yeah, that's too small. Need to make that bigger. That might be a little bit better. I think I'm just gonna leave that berm like completely open. So if you get a good drive through the rhythm section, you have ample opportunity to just block past the crap out of someone in that corner, because there's no inside rut or anything. Sent me a little message. A message of what kind, Ringo? What kind of game you playing at? Again, if you guys are just here for the first time checking out the stream, be sure to hit that follow button and we have a little icon pop up on the screen. And if you donate too, you can write a little message that appears on the screen with a funny noise. And someone was here yesterday and asked if I got their donation, and I did. I just had to approve it for some reason. I think it must have been the way that you chose to send it or something like that. But again, thank you so much for sending a donation. You're the best. Oh man, I'm so trash at corners. Alright, so you guys said you wanted to have whoops on this. I don't want them to be too challenging of whoops. Yeah, that was UFTX Gaming. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. It definitely helps me out right now. For sure. Alright, here's my plan here, guys. You guys can let me know what you think about this. I'm thinking of like a little table step up right here, and then off of it, just like a small set of whoops going into this right hand 90. You can tell me whether or not you like that. Ugh, I haven't drank any of my Dr. Pepper. They added MX Simulator to the App Store. I think just a good little table step up right there would be good. Maybe a little too long out of a corner though. Good idea for that section? Alright, we're running with it, boys. So this is going to be a little confusing because this section's going that way, but we're going to build the beginning of the jump here. This is one thing that Photoshop sometimes helps with when you're building jumps like this is I think it is a little bit easier to build jumps in Photoshop because these nodes, you have to play with them a bunch to get exactly the jump shape that you want. It can get a little annoying at times. But yeah. Oh, give it a rest, Seabolt. My debut was trash. There's no need to sugarcoat it. First time I've raced a 250F competitively, in RF at least, since 2013, and it was trash. It was utter and disgusting dumpster fire. A wall ride somewhere? I mean, I'm trying to make it a realistic kind of track, so I don't think a wall ride is going to end up on this particular track there, guy. But, I mean, it's certainly possible. Like, I could make it. I just don't want to. Where did you send your message, Ringo? I'm not seeing what you're talking about. Did you send it on our YouTube channel or something like that? This is a big ass step up. Let's see how it works out. $85. Jesus. There we go. I'm gonna need to move that over a little bit. I've lost where I am. I have fallen and I cannot get up. Alright, let's see how easy it is to do this out of this corner. Oh, super easy. I thought that was gonna be way harder. That jump actually looks pretty sick. Yeah, the jump's sick. I already like it the way it is, honestly. I don't know if I want to change anything about it. I'm gonna just center it a little bit better, but pretty fun jump. Maybe I'll smooth it just a tad. I think that's the only thing I'd change about it right now. Give it a little 1.5 smooth. How hard is it to hit from the inside? Let's see that. Probably impossible. On a 450 it's close, but I guess that means that it makes it, any block pass you do in that corner right here really worth it then, because then you're blocking them from being able to clear this step up. Oh, that's sick. Oh, that jump feels so fun. Take a look at chat while I'm taking a drink of my soda. Yeah, I'll definitely try this track with a 250 at some point today so I can get an idea of what it's like. Absolutely plan on doing that. First. Alright. Oops. Alright, let us now make our whoop section. And unlike Race Factory, what I'm gonna do is give you guys a little bit of room to actually stop for the corner, and the whoops don't just end in the berm. Look at how nice I am. So let's make a set of whoops, according to how I make whoops at least. Alright, so they're going to be kind of spread apart whoops, and they're going to be small whoops so that they're not the hardest things to hit. So the way I make whoops in this game, this is too tall already. Let's go with 1.5. As I go 2 to this pillar, and 1 down, back to 0, then 2 again. And I can always play with the nodes a little bit once I get set here, but I'm just trying to roughly sketch them right now. Some hardcore dubstep going on right now. I'll get a little bit closer so it's easier to see what I'm doing. Sorry, I was reading chat for a second. Whoops are like the one thing that, like, MX Simulator, when you ride through whoops in Sim, it honestly looks fairly realistic, but the way that you have to build whoops in this game to make Sim ride through those whoops realistically is like completely non-realistic. Like, we're building the faces of rollers and then the backsides are really steep, so you get to the next roller sooner. Let me make sure I haven't gaffed something up. They're kind of like rollers almost, but they should be pretty easy to hit. How did I get the different dirt? I put in decals. Decaling is... it's a challenge, but unfortunately to say, it's one of the more basic things to do in MX Simulator. Since this is the last whip, we'll make it a little bit smaller. Alright, then go back to the first whoop. Need to make it a little bit smaller as well. Make it 1. Alright, let's try that. Let's see how that looks. They're pretty small, but it'll work. These are almost like rollers, but if you hit them fast enough, they'll look like whoops, I promise. See? Whoops. They're small, but that's the point. That they're not going to be tricky to hit. And someone was saying make them so you can double through them. Let's see how easy that is. I mean, they're small enough that you can really just kind of plow them, probably with any suspension settings. Let's see if you double, 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 double out. It's like really easy to do. What's up, Mr. MX198? Welcome to the stream, and I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking. I didn't even look if this fence line was touching the edge of this jump here. Oh no, look at it, runs perfectly right along the edge of this jump. That's awesome. So you're just, you know, you're on a family trip or whatever, and you're, let's just say, coming from, I don't know, this is, let's say, the south end of the map, and you're like, no, just casually driving down the road, and then, oh look, Mom, Dad, there's a track on the left, and it's magnificent. Quick, let's peel off and go ride it and go right through the wired fence, no problem. That's like the best thing ever. You're just like driving through a place you've never been before, and on the side of the road, there's a motocross track. You just like, your eyes light up. You're just like, oh. I like how that feels. I'm gonna make ruts in this corner. Ugh. The message on Steam, but it was there to see after. Oh, okay. Okay, Ringo. Thank you. Quick question that I can answer very quickly is, how do you get the FPS in the top left-hand corner of the screen? That's not what I'm trying to do. If you type T, so I hit escape right now to get out of chat, but if you type the T key, which is your default key, you pull up chat, and if you type /toggle FPS, turns it off. So now top left-hand corner of your screen, it's off. If you just hit it again, it turns it on, and there it is again. You can also do /toggle time and turns it off. You can hit it again and it turns it on. And then when you're in a server as well, if you hit /toggle ping, it says off, but there's no ping to be displayed because you're not in a server. So if it was on, that tells you, how many milliseconds off of actual like real live timing you are or whatever. That's why. And I'm sure any Aussie watching this right now, or I guess even the Euros might see this. If you play an American server, your ping is usually hovering between 100 and 200 ms, sometimes worse. And then if the Americans played in a European or an Australian server, they would also experience the same thing. So the closer you are to the server, the less ping issues you're gonna have. And it's why a lot of people complain about people that are from foreign countries racing the series, because they have huge lag bubbles around them because they're sometimes up to 300 or 400 milliseconds away from where they actually are. And so they just appear to be somewhere, but they're actually not there. They're already further ahead or something, and so their quote-unquote lag bubble takes out the people that are on the track with them. Maybe have a little double in the end of those into the corner. Well, the corner comes up pretty quick, so there's not really much room for a double. What I was gonna do is I'll end up putting some braking bumps in here. I'm just gonna put a couple ruts in here, and then this will probably be just a normal straightaway, and then more ruts here. And then I was thinking of putting forget what I was gonna say here. Just like a small kind of like little floater double right here, and that goes into the sand section, because this is all gonna be from like here back to about here is all gonna be sand, just rough, gnarly craziness. So Ringo, my mate from Australia, gets 700 milliseconds. Yeah, ping issues can be crazy. Do I have the decals for Cooper Webb? Oh, the like bike graphics? I mean, let's take a little bit of time to explain something, because these guys are actually SYS sponsors, so I might as well. Let's click off of that. I'm gonna open a new window and pull this onto screen. You head to tmfactoryracing.com. See, they tell you to go to SYS here. You can go to Pro Gear or Pro Bikes or whatever. Let's go to Pro Bikes because you're looking for Cooper Webb's thing. You hit Control F, just type in Cooper Webb, doesn't show up. So then try to go to AMA skins, for example, hit Control F again, Cooper Webb, see? So we got 6 options. These are the Star Racing Yamaha skins that sends you to the forums. And that's a very old Cooper Webb replica bike. Let's see what this is. That's the same thing. What else we got? This is a 2014 Star Racing bike, it looks like. Yeah. What else we got? This is the 2016 Star Racing bike, by the looks of it. So these are Cooper Webb bikes that you can download. Another Cooper Webb replica. So there's tons and tons of things. If you just go to tmfactoryracing.com, there's a dash in there. These guys are super awesome, super nice, and very, very helpful when it comes to finding stuff. I mean, so you could go to like AMA tracks, for example, and they update every track. They have all the old tracks, they have all the old nationals, they have a bunch of this local stuff over here. Then they also have any GP tracks or GP skins from recent years. So this is like the MXS GP tracks from last year and stuff like that. Just like a really easy database to find all the tracks and stuff like that. You just, wait a minute, what, Ringo? You paid $50 for that plug? Alright, let's start putting some ruts down. You have to name them correctly. Blame the Godax, I guess is your name. I'll go into the details in a second. In the first episode of this, I did a whole thing about how to do decals. So if you, I mean, maybe you could find time to go back and look at that, that'd be wonderful, because I don't have all the time to keep going back and doing the same thing again. That's pretty small, but I guess it'll work. Yeah, it feels pretty good, I guess.
Just don't let it go. I started the fight, but now I'm losing. So will I fall again? I'm scared of fights, yet it was me who ran away.
Showing what I've made since you've been gone? Well, today so far what we've made is this rhythm section, which is has a couple different lines in it. And then you turn around off of this, hit a step up, come down that, and then come flying through this whoop section, which is pretty small. It's honestly kind of just like rollers. Then I'm just starting to put in some ruts right here. Alright. Still not happy with the way that rut's shaping out. That's a little bit better. Alright, let's go with a little soft smoothing over it. Alright, just for the pure sake of showing this off, I'm gonna use the different technique that I've always used to to make ruts, I guess. And it's this. So you want to make these really small radius and focus points. The focus point needs to be very small. Put your lower on, I don't know, let's just do 0.25 for example. And let's say I want to draw, like this is actually me drawing a rut. So it goes here through this corner. That's with lower. Then on the very edge of it, you draw in a raise. And it looks like utter garbage when you're just looking at it right now. But if you happen to do this, or you smoothen the edges out a little bit. Let me go back before I get too far. Smoothing the edges a lot of it actually. Well, that's too much. Then just in the middle, give it a little soft touching. And you can kind of actually draw your ruts. You really have to be precise with this, and I learned this technique from a gentleman by the name of Hagvist, who drew everything, if you can believe it, with the raise and lower tools. So every single one of the old GP tracks from 2013 that were Hagvist tracks had no gradients on it. All raise and lower tool. And I have no idea how he had that much patience. He's an animal, I guess. Oh, missed a rut. But it makes it so you can actually draw ruts kind of how you want them to. From Zaka, I don't know what I'm gonna race, if I'm gonna race at all. We'll see. For outdoors. Make the sand section super rutted. Well, that's the plan at least. Shit, I just dropped the cap to my soda. Yep. Got it. Yeah, Hagvis is crazy. I don't know what the hell got into his mind that he wanted to do all raise and lower tool with that stuff, but it's what he did. Sand section, for those asking, right here. Yeah, you can see that because my mouse is now on the screen. Right here. Gonna be sand, sand, and then up this way, sandy. So it'll be tight, but it should work. A wall jump before entering the sand section? But that means that you just have no drive into the sand, bro. I was just gonna put a little floater double. Yeah, big rut. Woo! Can probably backflip off this. Nope, not like that. That rut's too big. Need to tone it down a bit. Yeah, this is just the base decal. I'll overlay ruts and stuff onto the track so it's a lot easier to see where you're going. Because I know right now I can tell already that it's pretty tough to see some of these ruts and stuff like that. And whoops, that was linear. I'm not oblivious to the fact that these decals look kind of atrocious. Alright, that's a little bit better. That rut's kind of hard to hit, but I like it because that means that I can make the outsides a lot gnarlier. And do something a little bit different too. I'm going to draw a rut that comes back towards this rut that's already there. Really rutted version of this track, a bit like Oakland. I guess I could. The whole plan with this track is to make it kind of easy to change, if that makes sense. So I can make multiple different variations of it, and the goal, at least that I would like to do, is I'd like to host races at some point, like weekly races that will live stream on this track. And I mean, it won't be every week. Might be like once a month we'll have like SYS AM Day or something like that. Some I don't know. And then kind of just like at your local track, there will be a bunch of classes, and we'll be able to live stream it all and give people some exposure. And then a month after that, we'll have another race on this same piece of land, but with a different version of the track. So we'll, you know, do 12 races a year or something like that. Maybe have one big special race or something like that. Whoa. That road is too big. How tall did I make it? Gosh, I almost made it 5 feet tall. I actually want this to dig into the ground more. This is where we meet jerk-off OG riders and act like blank gods? Sure. I did not just delete on Rails' messages, so we must have a bot in here. Anybody know what he said? He said, "Sweet." Wait, who deleted his messages then? We must have a bot in here. That's weird. Yeah, so you guys are asking, make it UK friendly time. I think what I'm gonna try to do is have it be more or less an all day thing, if that makes sense. So we'll have like a morning race, and I mean by morning in the USA, and then like an afternoon race, so it'd be afternoon into the night for the USA. So in the morning it'd be great for the Euros and maybe the Aussies if they want to get up early, or I guess stay up really late. And then at night it would be really good for the Americans to race. And we'll kind of split it, and if the Euros want to race both, or if the Americans want to race both, they can, but have it like 2 different times during that day, and so that people can actually, you know, race it and not be screwed by the time zone thing. Because I do feel bad sometimes that, you know, the Euro guys don't get a chance to race, or the Aussies don't get a chance to race, and I try to be all inclusive with races like this if I can. I'm gonna unban him for now. Everybody thinks that I hate the Aussies or something, but in reality, the thing that I hate are the Aussies that use their lag to their advantage. And I generally really like the Australian people in this game that I've met. I mean, I don't really like Jay anymore, but I had Jay and Mikey both stay at my house free of charge because I thought they were cool guys, and we went to Vegas Supercross together, and I mean, like, I'm really good friends with Mikey for sure. I think Mikey's awesome, so I definitely don't hate the Aussies at all. It's just more of the ones that use their lag to just ruin you. I like the Aussies, their accents are cool. Yeah, that's true. Trying to make multiple lines available here. I don't want to get into why I don't like Jay. I just don't anymore. He was a good friend of mine at one point. I thought we were on good terms, and he decided to muff it up. And I think he still thinks we're good friends, but I don't think the same of him anymore. And when he did come to my house, he was trying to hit on my chick the whole time. I wasn't too thrilled with it. Hey, I don't hate Aussies at all, man. You guys are rad. Trying to make these ruts like big enough that they're easy to hop over, but honestly, they look giant. Like this hole that this rut made in this corner is massive, but they're really easy to ride in and out of, which is what I like about them. And this inside rut, it's easier to get into, but it's not very tall, so it's one of those things that it's like, pick your poison. The middle rut's the deepest, the easiest to lay it over in, but it pops you out early. The outside rut, you have to hop over the middle rut to get into, but then it's got a good exit. And then the inside rut isn't very deep, so you have to kind of tiptoe a little bit more through it. Off topic, but I saw you guys discussing it in chat earlier, but I see this, we got Dunlop Media hanging out. Is that the same Dunlop that did those cool Australian Supercross edits? 'Cause if so, nice job, man, those are cool. I watched a couple of them on YouTube. A transfer on the track for fun? I'll find a way to make a transfer, don't you worry. I wish I could call myself the Kevin Windham of MX Simulator, but I'm not good enough at the game to say that. Ah, sweet. Yeah, that's really cool. I would check him out, any of you guys hanging out in chat that don't already know. Dunlop Media on YouTube. Did a couple cool edits of the Oz Open. Oz SX races, and I don't know. Did you go to the Oz Open or whatever? The Oz X Open? Stupid Feld restricts people from calling it Supercross. So you have to call it the Oz X Open. That's why they had to call the SMX Cup in Germany the Super Motocross race or whatever. What's the easiest motocross game to make a track in? Probably the first Motocross Madness, because there was templates for everything. Like you could literally just move the jumps wherever you wanted to and place them. That would be my guess for the easiest game to build a track in. But I don't have a ton of experience building tracks in many games, so. Alright, later, Ringo. Alright, trying to build this cool little floater double here. And this will lead us into the sand section. I'm god at building things. Trust me, guys, I do what I can in this game, but if I know Checkers does live stream his building stuff sometimes. Now, Checkers is a god. That is someone that, like, I wish I could have even sort of the talent he does when he builds stuff. I mean, obviously he has a lot more experience at stuff like this than I do too, but gosh. Sometimes I watch the things that he does and I'm just like, oh, what? Like, who would have thought of that? All right. I don't know why I just took the same line again. I'm testing out how easy it is to clear from these different lines. That's a pretty easy double. I'm gonna smooth it just a little bit to smooth the takeoff because it's a little rugged. Perfect. All right. Now the moment of truth, guys. It's into the sand section. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be crazy. I guess I should start probably by putting in a sand traction. Yeah, I'm gonna do that first before I get too far. I'm gonna put it in a sand traction. Shoot, I don't know what I want to do then. I don't know what these tracks even have sand on it. Well, Tremont has a good sand. Let's take a look at the tile info. Yeah, this is a track I've never finished, so let's try this. This is the right sand, or is it that one? I'll try both. This is what the terrain looks like though. Whoop, that's the height map. My bad, I wanted to press this one. It's a sand track. Someday maybe I'll finish it. I don't know why I just closed that. I would not refer to myself as the Axel Hodges of MX Sim. One, because I have no talent compared to what Hodges was able to do on a bike. Or not the same talent, I guess, in Sim that he is able to do. Like, I can't pull oppos. But, yeah, I mean, I guess you could take that for what it's worth. This is not what I want. I want tile info. How long am I going to stream? What time is it right now? 4:23. I don't know. 45 minutes longer. Alright, we should have sand now. Tile map. Alright, here's our sand. I would like to keep it on the track if I can. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but what I'm doing is changing the traction underneath those decals. If I were to move the decals out of the way, you'd be able to see it. So let's take a quick spin around what the track looks like so far. Finish line jump, through the first corner complex, small little camelback table through turn 2, U-turn into some rollers, small left-hander, we got a tabletop, into a triple that is a triple or a double single option. You go outside, you can then triple into this rhythm, jump over the table, and then quad this thing out. You turn again, step up, and then into a pretty small whoop section. It's pretty easy to hit them hard. And then some rutted options, another rutted out corner, small double, then into the sand. That sand is slippery, to say the least. Trying to see how it grabs. Yeah, I guess I like it. Can always try out that extra or that other sand. Want to do myself a favor and just lay a gradient across where the sand starts and where it ends. So it ends. This is where it starts. You pooped? What is that supposed to mean? All right, my method here is going to be chaos. So just start laying some stuff out here. This looks like absolute garbage, but then when I take the smooth tool, kind of fixes that, although that is not what I wanted to do. So then it turns it into basically rollers. That's what I'm going for here. And I'll make obviously ruts and stuff to use. I am lost. Where am I? Oh, here we go. These are a little bit big. But it's organized chaos, I tell ya. Where's that gradient at? Okay. The reason that doing sand sections like this instead of just actually laying gradient bumps out, because it gives you a little bit more kind of control about how the jumps or the bumps are going to be like shaped, if that makes sense. It's weird because it looks like I'm literally erasing it all right there, but they're still there, trust me. Well, they're not as big, but they're still kind of there. Might have to actually detone that a little bit. Oop. Yeah, I'm gonna make deep ruts for sure. A little less on the harshness scale with this. Still too much. Kind of sucks not having an actual sand decal right here. Alright, those need to be smoothed more. Alright, that's a little bit better. Still got 33 people hanging out. Alright, let's start making our ruts. Whoops. Alright, later from Zaka. Yeah, I will put a sand decal. It's not gonna remain dirt, don't worry. Okay, so now we got this cool kind of sand rut that has the rollers already mixed into it. Whoop. See how cool that rut looks though. You sent me a message on the forums. Well, what did you say? Did you send it today? Because I haven't really checked my PMs much today. Do 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 do. Hey Vincent KTM. Guten Tag, wie geht's? It's about limited as my German gets these days. Took 3 semesters of it in college and I know almost nothing. Name of the track is just going to be SYS Raceway. Yes, I will put a sand decal for sure. Do 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 do. Speaking of the forums,
I'm just waiting for a mate, as I said.
hey, do what, Ned? Do what, Ned? You what, mate? Thanks for the follow, man. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you here. Ooh, I think what I'm gonna do before I build that rut that nicely, smooth the outside a bit. There we go. It's a little bit better. So it's still got some of like kind of the roller feel in it, but they're not as deep as the inside rut is. Yeah, track building can be fun for sure, but while it is rewarding, it's also not the easiest thing. takes a lot of time and patience, which is why I have you fine people joining me while I live stream it. I mean, man, could you imagine if I did this all alone? I will be streaming for another about 25 to 30 minutes, probably. Alright, so just like the other thing, I'm going to make it a little smoother around the outside. Sweet. So I'm going to do actually two things with this inside portion of the ret, or inside portion of the sand, I should say. I'm gonna make the rut first here. Or at least I'm gonna try to. We'll see how well that turns out. So we got the rut. Right now it's honestly a pretty like OP rut. Like it's a pretty nice big rut, right? But to nerf it a little bit, gonna go gradient placement, new. Go straight across like this. Edit. Make it about 3 feet tall. We want it right in the middle there. Line. That's where I want it to start. And about there's where I want it to finish. Gradient paint. Alright, in a little bit. We got a little bit of a rise on the inside of the sand here, exiting it. So you could go to the outside and just rail around it, or you could go to the inside and take the rising roller there. I'm gonna smooth down this rut a little bit too. I think that should work out pretty good. All right, later, Mr. MX198. Thanks for dropping by the stream today. Trying to catch up on chat a little bit. Be glad you turned down the offer from Ustream. It's so rainy in the UK. Yeah, it wasn't Ustream, it was Youthstream, the company that owns MXGP. But yeah, I still would have enjoyed England, even rainy. And yeah, I play in third person all the time, Benny G. I can't play in first person, literally, just cannot. Alright, do I want to add a sand decal now, or do we want to move to the tunnel jump? I'll add a sand decal. I want to do something different than build the track for a little bit. Pretty close though. I mean, we maybe could finish actually building the displacement next time I stream the track thing. What track has sand? Well, what did I use for decals here? I don't know about that. The Barry SX track's in here. This had sand in it somewhere. This was it. Not very sandy looking sand. Whoops. It does have a norm to it. Huh. Make an over-under thing a little bit of a wall. Okay, I could do that. I just don't want to have to download another track. Salton City had sand, but textures weren't very good. I mean, this is pretty crap looking sand. Could lay this down and then put tire marks through it. I'll use the one from the Barry track. Copy. And paste. Decals folder starting to get big. Go to the bottom. And it was just sand PNG, right? I'll make it only 20 though, so I can have a little bit more free play with it. Alright, let's get our sand laid. Do 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 do. Alright, where's that sand decknal? Right there. Alright, let me get the decals. I just put it on top of the last decal that I laid, and because it's on top, it's a little bit easier to find. But yeah, if I'm totally lost and don't know where I'm about to be with the sand or something like that, or with the decal, like if the decal's small, I will put it in an exact coordinate so I can find it easier, which it looks like you already know about. There's our sand. Of course, this will have like tire marks and stuff going through it. Sounds like the YouTube video ended. Let me restart that. Or will it? Let me refresh it. There we go. Track's coming along pretty good. Just finished up the sand. So here's our beloved sand section now. Need to lay a little bit more down, I think, because there's a lot of dirt on top. Devin Davis in the chat. Ba-bum. Sand feels pretty good. I'm happy with it. All right, let's get to work on the over-under tunnel, which somebody said they wanted it to be more of like a wall jump kind of thing. The first thing I'll do, save so I don't lose it. I need to build. What am I doing here? Here we go. Alright, so we want to get this placed close as we can to that tunnel. I have no idea how tall the tunnel is. Let me think of what a rough sketch of it would be like. I'm thinking maybe 10 feet for the tunnel. A Zoacross gif blaming Shaq? Doesn't sound like Zoacross at all. That sounds exactly like Zoacross. Ah! Trying to get this dang wall. Close enough. Alright, knock it off with that. There we go. Alright, so let's add that. Come on. Oh. Oh, come on. What is this? Made that giant stupid wall thing. Looks like height-wise I'm pretty close. try that. Oh, needs to be a little bit taller. Now you can see that this thing has collisions, so I can actually be on top of it. Oop! Just fell off the bridge. My bad. Let's try that. Still drawing that stupid thing.
Wow, I'm just waiting for a mate. As I
Bradley
said.
Clay 306 with the follow. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Oh, Devin, I think your brother's just gonna sweep the field, man. I'm liking his chances a lot. Alright, let's get all this extra fluff out of here. All this gaff and fam and stuff. Let's try, what, 12 feet?
Wow, I'm just waiting for a mate. As I said.
Oh, Sashes, thanks for the follow, man. Good to have you on the stream. Hope you guys are enjoying hanging out today. Lovely Thursday afternoon, currently in the United States. Thursday evening in Europe, or Friday midday in Australia, wherever you find people are hanging out from. That looks pretty perfect. I think that's pretty good. Nice. Only thing I want to do a little differently is make radius a little bit shorter. This fits to the tunnel a little bit better. Come on, line up. Don't want to be that far away though, I guess. Sweet. Alright, so now I know 12 feet is what I needed to add up to get to the correct height. Well, hey, Bradley. I think that I haven't played your uni track yet, but it looks pretty sick. And I mean, procrastination got me through college for sure. If I didn't procrastinate, then definitely wouldn't have got through college. For sure, guaranteed. Oh, it just slid out in the sand. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's build this wall jump thing that somebody wanted. Make it just kind of a little floater double thing, I suppose. Alright, see how this jump sizes up. Yeah, that could be a pretty good little floater jump there. Maybe I'll smooth it just a little bit and then build the landing. Do 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 do. Uni procrastinate. You didn't hear it from me. Alright, let's just get the record straight. I mean, I guess that would mean the record would be wrong, but didn't hear it from me. All right. L7 weenie. So many hot layup heroes and AMs. That is for sure. A lot of hot layup heroes. Sweet, that jump's gonna work out perfectly. And I'm gonna put a couple rollers through here to like get you slowed down for this jump, then float it up into the back. And we end up at the top of the track, and look at, we only have 2. That's the second one. And 3 down here. 4. 5, because it's a 180. 6, another 180. And 7. Only 7 more corners to get through, because then we come back across here into our final corner and over the finish line. So we are getting dangerously close, ladies and gentlemen, to finishing this track. I'm gonna put this roller section in just to finish off for today. So we're going a little over 2 hours, but I mean, no harm, no foul. Alright. Add this. Yeah, I'll do a quick run on the track. Let me just test these rollers before this over-under jump here. Let's smooth them a little bit. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna save it. We got our sand section in now. Sand's looking prime. Get some rut decals into this track once we're done with it, so that we can get rid of the base decal. But basically the track starts up here. Then first turn is where these white bales are. Got a little left 90 into a right 90 for turn 2. Camelback tabletop into turn 3. Different options here, but then there's a little roller section out of turn 3 into turn 4. Come down this straightaway. Split section here as well. You can double to the inside or triple to the outside into turn 5. Come out of this into a rhythm section. And this is going towards turn 6 now. Turn 6, come out of the U-turn. Then we got a step up into a pretty fast whoop section. Turn 7, a couple different options there, and then turn 8, also some options. Small little scrub double thing into our sand section. And then we got these couple rollers, and then our tunnel jump. Now we end up at the back part of the track. It's gonna do a couple switchbacks and stuff through there. Then we end up coming back through the tunnel, across the start straight, final corner, little roller, and a tabletop. So we're, I'd say, at least 2/3 of the way done, if not more, with the displacement of the track. As soon as I'm done with actually laying the jumps, of course, I'll do like braking bumps and little stuff like that. But I mean, we're pretty far along with the track right now. And it's looking pretty good, I think. Oh, right, yeah, I was gonna show you guys 250 bike on this track. Well, first of all, let me get my 250 gearing. Oh my gosh, you guys just saw my suspension. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's get on the 2017 250. This guy. Alright, let's see what it's like on a 250. Really curious to see how easy it is to do some of these bigger lines that I've been doing on a 450 this whole time. Like that triple's easy. Triple in's a bit of a huck, but doable. See how hard this step up is. Bit of a huck as well. I'm getting kicked. Oh, Sash is saying, I make him feel better about himself because he's not the only one that plays third person. There are a lot of people in this game that play third person. I think you'd be surprised. Alright, that jump's plenty doable on a 250. Pretty easy on a 250. Hi, J Rife. Welcome to the stream. See some different lines in this rhythm section. Alright, you can still almost triple that on a 250. If you elect to double, you can easily do that and jump either over the table or onto the table, onto the next one, then down. You can double in here. Don't think you can triple onto the table from there. No, you can't. How easy it is to get, how easy is it, I should say, to get onto the little step jump thing on the end if we just double through here. Oh, that's a terrible way to start that. Yeah, let me redo that. Well, it's a bit of a huck. I do have the tile mapped to make it feel like sand already, Lindsay. Probably doesn't look like it because of my poor playing abilities, but there is a sand tile map down there. It looks like the optimal 250 lines are either go outside and do the line I've been doing on a 450 the whole time, or check up on this jump here to the inside, come out and double onto the table, off to the next one, and then jump down. Both are pretty, well, the triple in is hard to do, but that line that I just took there is actually pretty easy to do. Yeah, stream's almost over, guys. Just kind of showing off the little bits of the track here on a 250F real quick. We got the sand section done today, so we're well over halfway done with the track. Only have a few sections left to do. Oh. So this is where we stopped, is tunnel jump, and that's it. Now we're gonna figure out what to do with the last, well, I don't know, 6 sections of the track or so. And we will continue that on Monday, actually, because tomorrow we're going to do the pro qualifying with Kellen live stream, which is going to be like an hour and a half long or so. And that's where you guys get to see me qualify on Minneapolis, or try to. Then we'll continue this streaming on Monday. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed another edition of this. Check chat one more time before I head out. Huh. Sasha's saying that Turley apparently ripped into people playing in third person. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's interesting. I don't know. I know. Make a map. I should make a map for sure. I know. I'm sorry, LLR Moto, that I'm always streaming when you're in school. I will try to start later once I get a job, I suppose. But right now, I'm just trying to stream while Hannah's at work. Go inside and use the side of the jump on the outside to double. That's the line I'll be doing. Okay? You can try that real quick. I don't think it's possible because I tried to make it not doable, but... I mean, it like kicks you really bad because of the way I built it. Anyway, everybody's saying bye in chat, so I guess I will say bye too. Again, thanks guys so much for joining us here on the stream. We'll be back doing this on Monday, but if you guys are still hanging around tomorrow, we got the pro qualifying with me from Minneapolis, so be sure to tune in about the same time to watch the stream there, and I'll be trying to run a lap on Minneapolis. And we are getting a little bit closer to finishing up with this track, but we'll get back to it next week. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Go ahead and check the archive on YouTube if you're just joining us late here. And then if you're watching it on YouTube, be sure to follow our Twitch account, twitch.tv/StartYourSystemsTV. You guys also get part of the notification squad if you choose to follow, and then you can also see some of our other broadcasts that we're doing during the week. And yeah. Alright guys, you guys have a good one tonight. Kellen Brower for Start Your Systems. We out.